Tough proposition.
Hello and welcome back to our YouTube channel. The world of MMA has a lot in store for all you fans who enjoy an intense fight, and we thought this might be a good time to give you a proper update on what you can expect in the days to come. So, in this video, we will talk about the upcoming MMA season and its schedule. We will bring you everything from who will be going up against whom and what to expect in this season. Now, without any further delay, let's dive right into it. If you like our content, don't forget to hit the like button and do subscribe to our channel. UFC 313 T-Mobile Arena, Las Vegas, March 9th, 2025, 4:30 AM GMT. Las Vegas is destined to witness several intriguing fights on March 9th. To be more precise, 6 of them. For instance, we will be seeing Green go against Ruffy, Gustavo versus Van, and Lemos versus Lucindo. However, the headliners would definitely be Pereira going against Ankalaev and Gatiji against Hooker. Whether you invite your friends or decide to go solo, make sure not to miss this highly awaited match of the month. Pereira versus Ankalaev, the highly anticipated, the highly awaited moment is finally here. The former UFC champion in middleweight, glory middleweight and light heavyweight Alex Pereira will be going against the former title challenger Magomed Ankalaev in the light heavyweight title bout category. Originating from both kickboxing and MMA, Pereira is the only known fighter to be a 2-division world champion in MMA and kickboxing and is regarded as one of the greatest combat athletes of all time. His transition from middleweight championship to light heavyweight title came about after his victory in a very close match against Prochazka on November 11, 2023, earning him the place of the 9th fighter in history to become a champion in 2 different weight divisions. To his opposite, Ankalaev holds the rank of International Master of Sport in amateur MMA and combat sambo and has previously won the UFC Light Heavyweight Championship against Blachowicz, about whom we will talk more about a little later. As of October 2024, Ankalaev is also the #1 in the UFC light heavyweight rankings. Light heavyweight categories usually involve fighters that do not depend much on their body weight and size, but rather on their agility and speed, which determines the reigning champion. Ankalaev, Blachowicz, and Pereira are all classic examples of this. Having that right blend of speed and power is what makes fights in this category very interesting for the audience and gets all of us hooked. This is why there is rarely room for assuming the results. Anyone can come in with surprises. Gatiji versus Hooker. Coming to the next match of the night, we have a 5-round lightweight bout between the former interim lightweight champion, Justin Gatiji, and on the other side, we have Dan Hooker, better known as the Hangman, who has been a champion of King in the ring middleweight kickboxing and is also now in the UFC lightweight rankings. What is so interesting about these two, you ask? Well, hailing from Tucson, Arizona, Justin Ray Gatiji made his professional debut after amassing a 7-0 amateur record against UFC fighter Kevin Croom. Not only is he someone who prefers a stand-up fighting style instead of direct takedowns, his forte also lies in debilitating leg kicks and powerful punches. All of this has evidently earned him multiple awards and championships, such as the UFC BMF Championship, Performance of the Night, President's Choice Fight of the Year winner in 2021, and the list goes on. Now, if we talk about Dan Hooker, he is no less special. He is known as the Hangman for a reason, after all. His exceptional ability to secure choke submissions, his famous guillotine choke move, and other displays of his skill rightfully earned him this name. From UFC Lightweight Championship and WKBF X Rules Welterweight Championship to multiple Performance of the Night awards, he has garnered it all. While he might not be up there in winning many UFC Honors awards, unlike Gatiji, he is still a strong competitor. These two fighters in the lightweight bout would definitely be an interesting watch, as this category always has the definite need for cardio and the ability to maintain a high pace throughout. Boxing, precise footwork, and high-volume strikings are always relied on to overwhelm the opponents. And guess what? There seems to be no better than Gatiji and Hooker to do so. So, who will win? UFC Fight Night 255, O2 Arena, London, March 22, 2025, 9:30 p.m. GMT. O2 Arena would soon be seeing a variety of fights, including Edwards vs Brady, Nelson vs Holland, McCann vs Nunes, and last but not least, Blachowicz vs Allberg. The world might be quiet now, but the audience would soon start buzzing with excitement as the match approaches. Edwards vs Brady. On 22nd March, the people in London would be enjoying the match between former welterweight champion Leon Edwards and current black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Sean Brady. Previously, the match was supposed to be against Della Maddalena. However, he seemed to have been pulled out from the contest last moment in order to face the current welterweight champion Belal Muhammad. In replacement, we have Brady now. So, make sure to free your schedule on the 22nd of March without fail. Now, for those who do not know, welterweights work with a lot of striking and grappling techniques, have immense ground control, and typically engage in fast-paced fights that end rather quickly. Perfect examples of such fighters would be the aforementioned ones. Just like his opponent Brady, Edwards is also a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Although it was with some struggles, Edwards still managed to secure the UFC welterweight championship title after a close fight with Usman in 2022. Not only does he have the championship title under his belt, he also had the 6th fastest finish in UFC history of 8 seconds, alongside having the 2nd longest unbeaten streak in UFC welterweight division history. Crazy or what? It wouldn't be right if we just kept talking about Edwards, because Brady has no less of a shiny belt of his own when it comes to his achievements. In 2021, he had gone up against Michael Chiesa and won the match by a striking 15-0 score. That is when he quietly showed the world who he really is. He is also very well known for his grappling skills and use of various types of chokes. These just prove to show the real presence he has in the MMA industry. Two extremely competitive and aggressive fighters, both of whom have earned quite a name in the industry. To think who would win is definitely a head-scratcher. Blachowicz vs Allberg. On the same day, the 02 Arena would also see a light heavyweight bout between Polish MMA artist Jan Maciej Blachowicz and Carlos Allberg from New Zealand. Blachowicz is a unknown name, and MMA fans around the world know him for his wide set of skills and an equally vast list of accomplishments. To name a few, his victory against Adesanya is one of the most impressive ones, as he was the only one back then who had defeated Adesanya. This massive victory led him to defend his title of UFC light heavyweight champion. Apart from this, he is also the first male Polish champion in UFC history, 5 times Performance of the Night holder, has the 3rd most significant strike landed in the light heavyweight division, has ranked number 2 as Fighter of the Year in 2020, and many more things. Such success seems to be obvious, as looking back at his childhood, we can see how he started learning judo at the ripe age of 9, which slowly transitioned to Muay Thai and grappling, all of which would undoubtedly lead to such a man of talent and ability. Hailing from a background of MMA and kickboxing, Allberg currently holds the number 6 rank in the UFC light heavyweight rankings, just 3 places away from Blachowicz. His kickboxing background forms a solid foundation for explosive strikings and technical precision. Not only this, he is also famous for his well-timed and accurately calculated strikes. Apart from this, his punches and even the defenses are no joke, from winning the King in the Ring Championship twice and winning Performance of the Night twice, to having the 3rd fastest knockout in the light heavyweight division. He has rightfully shown his versatility. UFC on ESPN 64, Arena CDMX, Mexico City, March 30th, 2025, 1:30 AM GMT. Finally, taking place at 1:30 AM on the 30th of March is yet another MMA match held between Moreno and Urkeg, between Gastelum and Pfeiffer, and Rodriguez vs Borjas. Be ready, you would not want to miss a fight like theirs. Moreno vs Urkeg. We have finally come to the last part of the video, where we talk about how former 2-time UFC flyweight champion Brandon Moreno is going to go against former title challenger Steve Urkeg in a flyweight bout. Before we delve into the fighters and their history, let's not forget the central part of flyweight division bouts, that being the need for speed, technical precision, and, most importantly, high-paced action. Striking, counter-striking, and pressure fighting all are heavily used techniques mix here. A point to highlight is also how, despite their small figures, flyweights have always shown significant power, especially evident in the way the fights end in spectacular knockouts. Brandon Moreno Carrillo, the former two-time UFC flyweight champion, is the first Mexican to win a UFC championship, also known as the Assassin Baby. He has earned a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Wondering how he might have got that name? Given by his coaches and teammates, the name reflects two contrasting aspects of his personality, one indicating his aggressive style of fighting, Assassin, and the other showing his friendly personality outside the event. Baby, unique, right? He has also been an interim flyweight champion one time, held the title of Fight of the Night 4 times, and has also gotten the recognition for the most total fight time in UFC flyweight division history of 4 hours 43 minutes. Erkeg, on the other hand, has been ranked number 9 in the UFC flyweight rankings, number 5 as newcomer of the year in 2023, and has already won an eternal MMA flyweight championship. His well-rounded and technical fighting style, along with his adaptability skills, have earned him the name Astro Boy from the Japanese manga of the same name. He's had a total of 15 wins till now, under MMA records. Comment down below who you think will be the reigning champion this year and why. Also, feel free to write down other types of videos you all would want us to make or talk about more. Thank you so much for joining us. See you next time.